What's up, everybody? It's XX Chuggy here. I'm going to bring you my top six sets for PvP, three offensive and three defensive. I'm going to try to make it short just for you guys. So let's jump into the first set, which is Daedric Trickery. I know that it's not as good as it was last patch with everything, but I mean, it still is giving you three major buffs that you don't really get anywhere else, and it's still viable even in subclassing. Even though they're random, that you're still gonna get. You can pretty much get almost two each time, so consider it. It's not obsolete like everybody's trying to say. You can still perform well even over Rally Dry. It's just gonna be a little bit harder. Which brings us to our next back bar set, Time Archers. Time Archers is kind of slept on right now because of how heavy Purify and cleansing is right now, but you're getting all these major debuffs, and some of these you can't get like all the time. Like there's certain passes like Major Tower to see. Um, you get it from Warden, Skill Line, Defile. You can get from Blast Nose, Maim. I think you can get on Nightblade, but same with Major Vulnerability. That's hard to come by. So it's like it's slept on. I know some people still run it like dueling, but even for Xing, it's pretty good. I mean, even though we're in a cleansing meta, the set still works out very, very well. Even though like I said, we're in this meta, like don't be afraid to run this stuff because not everybody's running animal companions and restoring light. So you can still, even with those, it's going to be a lot harder, but you can pull people out of the rune and purify. And I mean, Netch is always going to do what it does, but I mean, it's not complex. If you make people run out of the resources, you can definitely use these sets really well. Which brings us to our next and final defensive backbar set, Weird Tree. Weird Tree is a really like slept on set. People really think it's really, really good for dueling, which it is, because as you can see, you're getting a free cleanse after using a magic ability, and this cleanses off everything. It's not Purify. Purify only does 5. This does every single skill on your buff bar. Paired with the cleansing CP, you could have pretty much just as good uptime on Purify as with this set as you do with Purify. It can actually get rid of the Gerald stacks instantly, so that's why I said this set's super slept on. It's very, very good. Um, it's very good because in a meta where if you don't want to run Purify and everything else, like this set is really, really good. So if you don't really think it's going to work, it'll work very much so. And when I give these tips here on these sets and how I would do it, you're just gonna have to give up the fact of being super tanky, and you're not gonna be able to run like two reinforced. You might have to just run all in pen. So you can't have best of both worlds. That's why Rally Cry is on top right now. But these sets, I believe, if you do play them right, you don't need Rally Cry. So now let's get to the good part where everybody's really here for, the front bar sets. First set is Stoon's Favor. There's a lot of ways, like I said. This patch is very heavy with the Purify. This is purifiable. You can get the off balance off, but there's so many ways to off balance your enemies right now. This set is still very, very good. I actually like it better than Oak Fathers. Even though Oak Fathers has a better uptime, this still can compete in the meta today. Let's get on to the second set, Moon Hunter. So Moon Hunter is probably still one of the most slept on 1vx slash dual sets in the game, because I know it's crazy because you have to run poisons on your front bar, but the uptime on this set is amazing. Now, there is a caveat. You do have to run cutting defense for it to be like really, really strong, but you can still get away with it if you're running like, you know, dizzy swing builds and stuff like that. But if you put on cutting defense, you don't have to worry about that. But man, I can't talk about this set enough. I love it. Still one of my favorites. I still use it from time to time. So even in even if this does go off and they purify your poisons, you're still getting this crazy damage for 8 seconds. So it's I can't say enough about it. So I'm gonna bring you two honorable mentions. I'm gonna fire these ones off real quick. Now you knew this wouldn't be on here, but of course, Armor of Truth. I still think it's the best for beginners on Dizzy Swing. Uh, it's heavy armor. It's not desirable as much, but still one of my favorite sets. Still could work today. Second set is Mars Bomb. Mars Bomb used to be OP. I still think it's very good. Get a line of crit here, which is slept on. Um, the only caveat to it is you have to kind of double bar it nowadays. So let's get on to the final set. My favorite set right now. I've actually ran it last patch, and I can't thank Fate King, and there's a few other people that told me about this set, and I'm glad that I stuck with it. And here it is. You know it, Griffins. So I like Griffins because the minor expedition on this set. So because I'm not a big fan of storm calling and streak, so I've had to figure out ways to keep the speed and be able to, get away and do my own thing. So this is the set that I fell in love with. Like I said before, I have to give people shout outs that told me about this set, and I've been running it for a while now. So these are my top 6 sets that I still run today. So if you don't believe me, I'll put them on and show you how they work. So I'm on the road to 1K subs, and I appreciate everybody. So like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your favorite 6 sets, and tell me if you're like, oh, I never even thought about these. So I appreciate everything. Much love and peace out.